Hello teacher, this is my video comment regarding the global situation of the coronavirus that is affecting all of us, based in one of the articles you put in Cloud Campus taken from the New York Times. The one it shows was the third one, the one that talked about New York and the United States, based in the fact that today is one of the most affected places, and I would really like to understand which were the causes that led this to happen. Basically, the article starts when Mr. Trump referred to the press about the actions he was taking in consideration to reduce the propagation of the virus. He mentioned he might order a quarantine in states like New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut because they had a big population and it will be a really big risk to have people in the streets. He mentioned he already had discussed that possibility with Mr. Cuomo, the governor of New York, but when Mr. Cuomo was asked about this conversation, he told he haven't talked the possibility of a quarantine with Mr. Trump. He even had cleared the concept of a quarantine, and even if medically it can be obligated to the society. After that is mentioned the numbers of the virus in the country, which were almost from 50,000 cases confirmed and even more, and having that day almost 700 people dead. Uh, Also, the article tells that Mr. Trump had a lot of pressure from the other governors in the country because they believe he haven't done all the necessary actions and haven't taken the situation as much seriously as it need to be done. So based on on this scenario, they have the obligation to take their actions by their own. Just to put an example, Texas and Maryland order the obligation of people who came from New York to their states to do a self quarantine of almost 14 days to stop the propagation, or at least reduce it. Uh, to end, the article tells that basically maybe in its earliest stages the situation wasn't taken with all the importance that it has. Even I remember to have seen in social media and also in TV in the like 1 or even 2 months ago when Trump was talking about it, that they having everything in control and there was nothing happen. But as we see today, the situation is out of their hands, and sadly many people is dying because of it. I would really like to think this will end in a short period of time, but definitely it's not going to happen. The situation in the United States, as I said at the beginning, is critical, and they have to work with it. It's really sad, and even I mean, it's in the news. All the people in the hospitals, many people in the hospitals are dying. There's no more space for all the sick people, and it's really sad. This also made me reflect about the fact that we're really we have to be really proud of what the government here in Costa Rica is doing. Actually, even though we have a large number of cases, the scenario could be even worse. The fact that not all the people have attended the orders from the government affects a little, but most of the people is doing it, which is really good. uh, the Caja Costarricense del Seguro Social is doing a really excellent job. I mean, I was really impressed even when they had the new hospital where was the scenario ready to attend only COVID positive people in that place. Maybe it's, I know it's a really complicated situation, but seeing the scenario that other countries and people are living outside, we should be really proud of how authorities here have taken. I would really like to talk about how much I admire the work that is doing the minister, Dr. Daniel Salas, because he really talks to people in a way he makes you feel you need to help, because all of us are in this boat and we will get out of it. This will not end soon, but I think if people really have conscience about the situation that is occurring today, a pandemic, which is, I think, anyone imagine in any moment, but we have to affront it. We really have to attend the obligations and orders the government does to do not have a scenario like the one is mentioned in the article, and has the United States in this moment where many people is dying. uh, I would really like to end just making that reflection and be having hope. Almost, that's the word I would like to use. Have hope that all this will end and will be soon in classes. So thank you, teacher, and that will be my presentation.